Good evening, WR Frady here, and it is a cold time here in North Carolina. But you know what it's not too cold for? It's not too cold to share a little bit of world building fun that I did over the weekend with you guys. So this is a quick update on my mapping and everything that's going on with Alderrhūn. So instead of just sitting here rambling on about it, let's get to the meat of it and let me show you. Come on. All right. Now, get to show you what's going on. You see we've been working on the borders and everything here with the map. And as you can see, you know, I'm getting the kingdoms and everything laid out, but now I got something I really want to show you. So on the count of 3, you're going to see something different with the map. 1, 2, 3. Now, what do we have here? The map. There's something different about it. I don't know, maybe it's because there's icy tundra and climate-based terrain now showing. You see the rich greens of the grasslands and the woodlands. You see the prairies and desert-like areas. You see different types of land for different areas, including in Wallandria, sorry. But yeah. Now, this is bringing a new dynamic to the story, because I have told you in many of the videos before that while I was using that map, the other map as a study map, that I was improving and building on the map on my computer. Well, instead of talking about it, I went ahead and printed it off and got it right here forehead where you can see it. I'm going to pull you off of here and let you take a closer look and look at the map. Yeah. And just looking at it, now I'm going to take this borders off of here right quick. I'm going to take this borders layer off just right quick. I want you to see the actual, how rich this, alright, come on. I want you to see how rich in color this map actually is. I'm not worried about if anything happens to these borders. This is just tracing paper used for the study purposes of making the map. So if it gets messed up, no loss. I mean, I've got the layout of the borders and boundaries and stuff in place. But here, let me take a look. Let me get this up here now. Let me take in for a full look at that. Look at how well that was done. That it printed off so beautifully. Here you can see the realm of Nordrun and Norendal, and you know, the realm of Dragon's Den over here. And granted, there's going to be some names and things that are going to change. I mean, that's why I'm doing the study map and doing the names on a whole other, on the tracing papers, so that I can fully get this developed before I make the names permanent and put them in permanent locations. But look at this. This is Xhændora, home, one of basically the known world of Alderrhūn. So, moving forward, this is the stand. This is the map that we will be using. Now, it's not saying that that map's any less, but look at the difference. I mean, let's just do this. Look at the difference and how that presents itself. I mean, it is such a beautiful rendition from here to here. This has more fullness. It looks like something you would see in one of the old AD&D second edition box sets from back in the day when campaign settings were complete and you had everything you need to pretty much explore the entire world. You didn't have to have books about this section or this, and then this section and this section, but you had a broad overview. And then any books that came later expanded on certain areas, but they weren't always necessary unless you just wanted them. But yeah, that's what the way. But that's a whole other squirrel, and we're not going to chase that right now. I'm going just to focus on just explaining that this is where the direction the map is going. The next time I have this printed, it will have all the names, it will have everything in it that needs to be where it is, and it will be a full, complete map. This was just for study, just like this. This is just an upgraded version of this, moving in the direction that I want Alderrhūn to go. And that is what makes it so vitally important to show that when I said I was using this as a study map, but I'm improving it for what I'm doing over here, this is getting step by step closer to what we're trying to achieve in the long run. So now that I've had a few minutes to share this with you, again, this was made in Wonderdraft. I use Wonderdraft, I use Campaign Cartographer, and programs like that to do my mapping after I hand draw them. I always hand draw my maps first, and then take them into the computer to do the filling in of the cartography for more professional color and things that I'm not able to do in the other way. The exception to that is Valador, which is everything is being hand drawn, and eventually I hope to move and do more with it in something like Wonderdraft or Campaign Cartographer. But right now, as it stands, finding the right icons, and even I don't have the materials or things to make the icons I need to do some of the realms and stuff that are in Aerith. So like I do with most of this, so everything I'm doing with Aerith does have to be hand drawn, but this is going where I wanted to go for Alderrhūn and the Alderrhūn series. So yeah, anyway, again, just wanted to bring you on, let you see this, let you see the map in progress that I have talked about on many occasions. And now let me get this back in place. All right, that's good enough for now. I will batten it down better in a little bit. Because it looks like I'm going to have to go in for scaling purposes and redo some of the borders. But hey, that's something I can do off the scenes. But for now, I just wanted to share the upgraded map with you guys and say, hey, here we are. We're going somewhere with it. It's moving further along as we're working. And that being said, I'm going to flip it back around over here. So anyway, that was the upgraded version of the map of Xhændora and the world of Alderrhūn, which is a part of the Alderrhūn series that I am working on. That is a very much a progressive step forward. Even though I had been doing it on my computer and building it there, it was time to take what I had built there and move it over to my study map so that I could continue building, doing the naming, doing the placement, the geography, the terrain names, land feature names, and stuff like that for natural features. So, and then eventually the cities. And I don't know if I'll do anything but major roads, if I even do that, because with it being that grand of a scale of a map, the roads won't be that noticeable. That might be better for when I do. If I do like zoom in and then focus on specific areas. But until then, for now, I've got the overland map. This is going to allow me to be able to overlay. And even as I do, when I do my next map, I'll even begin doing when I get the next map printed, which will be once I do all the naming and getting all the kingdoms and the geography and all that laid out, I will begin carving out the path for the storylines that I have got going on and kind of make my markers of where certain events and certain episodes and such will take place. So going from there, I mean, it's just letting you see that things are continuing to progress, and like I said before, you're on this journey with me. I deeply appreciate the fact that you're on this journey with me, and I hope that in so doing, when this comes to fruition, that you'll be able to sit there and be like, I remember when this was being made. Hopefully it'll be something that when your kids and your grandkids and your great grandkids are growing up, you could relate to stories. Man, I was there when this was being made. I was watching this being made, and it will be something amazing. And I know that it is something I very much love. I love this. I love Ballador, which is the world of Aerith, and that is just, for me, there's nothing in the world I would rather be doing than building these worlds, telling these stories, creating these myths, histories, legends, and just having such living worlds at my fingertips that I can tell the stories from and let you guys explore those worlds with your imagination, and even get the chance to see the worlds through my eyes. I may put up a few shorts here later showing some AI generated artwork using my actual artwork for the concept art, but you running it through AI to enhance it, to make it better, so that I could give a better visual perspective of some of the realms that I am creating, and that way I can share some of that so you can kind of see it through my eyes and where this is going. To kind of explain on that before I jump off of here, I'm not going to use AI and say this is my art. It ain't going to happen. What AI is for me when I'm doing this is a valuable tool in my toolbox that I didn't have in the last 20 years that I've been working on the world of Aerith and the fantasy Catawba Valley, or Whispery Hollow and Lovelady Township, or especially, or even Alderrhūn. I do have this tool in my availability. It offers a tool in the realms of inspiration and visualization. When left down to it, I would much rather create my art by hand, because that's also something I love to do thoroughly as an artist. But I like to use AI as like a snapshot of something I can't physically photograph. and then use the inspiration from that to help the visualization of what I've already gotten here, and I'm typing that in and getting not only what I got here, but I'm getting it on the screen, and then I can fine tune it to find what what fits what I've got up here, and then take it and do it in my own artwork by hand that will be mine. That way I can tweak it and turn it and do the things I need to do with it, which I will do with paints. I do have digital painting and digital programs. I also do a lot with pencils and ink and stuff like that. So those things, AI is just a tool in my toolbox. It's not what I'm going to be using to create everything I do. It just ain't happening that way. I love it. I love the source of inspiration, and I love the source of inspiration and the tools that and the uses it has. But it's like, you know, it's like trying to build a house. You have a hammer, and then you have a air nailer. A hammer and nails is your typical traditional way of doing things, but the nailer, actually, the air nailer, actually speeds up that process and allows you to do things more efficiently, quickly. Is it a replacement for the hammer? No. Hammer is a valuable golden tool. This one just helps the process to be a little more efficient. So that's kind of a rough analogy of the way I see AI in doing things in the creative process. Beyond that, you know, like I said, I like keeping the idea of what I'm doing. I want to keep what's up here out here. Sometimes it's harder to visualize up here because I know what I want, and sometimes, and I don't care what writer, artist, and if you're from, sometimes it's hard to get things from up here to out here and get it without being lost somewhere in translation or it getting changed up. And sometimes if you have a quick thought and then your mind chases a squirrel for one instant, that thought's corrupted, that vision's gone, or it's warped, different from what you have it. By having something that is a visual reference, that you were able to write that prompt in and get that visual reference so that you have something to go back and forth to, that's all it is. I mean, anyway, that being said, I appreciate you stopping in. I'm glad that you're enjoying this, and I look forward to jumping on here again with you, doing some more world building and just continuing the process. Thank you. This is WR Frady. Try to stay warm out there in this cold weather, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a good evening.